Hi, I'm Ben from Rhinomax Campers, and today we're at Charlie Moreland's out the back of Kenilworth with our Discovery Mark II hybrid camper. We brought it out here today to go through some of the key features and demonstrate to you why it's one of the most popular hybrid campers in the market in Australia. Let's get stuck into it and see what sets this model apart from the rest. One of the standout features of all of Rhinomax hybrid campers is how easy they are to set up and tow. So to get to this spot here, we've come down some forestry tracks, we've gone through some creek crossings, no worries, nice and easy to tow. And now we're at the campsite. We've just put down the drop-down legs here to give us a bit of stability, and we'll just pop the roof now. So you've got to release the catches on the outside, 2 on the back and 1 around the other side. I've already done those ones. Pop inside and lift the roof with the handles. And there you go, you're set up. How easy was that? All of Rhinomax's campers have been designed with outdoor living and utility in mind, appreciating that that's where campers spend most of their time when around their vans. To make that comfortable and easy in a variety of weather conditions, we've attached a large wind-out awning to the front of our vans here. As you can see, the awning protrudes forward of the van here to ensure that all of the kitchen area and fridge is completely under cover, and it allows you to fit awning walls around the outside of the kitchen area to fully enclose it quite easily. To get the awning out, the handle is located inside this pole storage hatch on the front of the van. It slots up into the front of the awning here, and very easily the awning starts to wind out. You want to wind this out just enough so that you can get the legs out, which are conveniently stored within the face of the awning itself. Pitch these out in front of the awning to give it some strength. And keep winding it out. As you can see, this job is very easily done by one person. If the winds are a bit stronger, you might need someone else to hold it as you wind it out. But overall, it's a very, very easy job that takes about a minute or so. When it's all the way out here, you want to straighten your legs and secure it down depending on what the weather conditions are. You can use things like anti-flap kits, awning walls and guy ropes to give yourself extra strength. But when it's out, you've got a very large entertaining area here. You can sit down, have a cup of coffee or a beer and enjoy the day. By far, one of the most commented on features of our van is the kitchen and how well laid out and easy to use it is. It's got all of the features that you need and it's super easy to access. Let me take you through it now and show you why it's so popular. Firstly, all of the kitchen area is stored behind insulated and fully dust-proof hatches to make sure that when you take your kitchen out, everything's completely dust-free and ready to go. It slides out effortlessly with no legs needed to support it, and the bench folds over here to give yourself a large prep area. As you can see, all of the bench top here is all stainless. It's all made in-house, it's all very high quality. You've got a stainless sink here and a 3-burner stove here. To connect to your stove, you have a bayonet hose on the side here, which easily pulls out and connects into the bayonet point just on the side of the van right there. The water stays plumbed up behind there and the sink drains just beneath here. You also have underneath here storage for things like tea towels and soap. Over here, you've got a large utensil drawer, which has got heaps of room in there for all of your things, even cups and mugs and things like that. And some extra storage over the top here. All of that is supported by under cabinet lighting underneath here and an awning light up here, which can be dual color. So you can have that amber in the evenings to attract less bugs. Now over in this hatch here, another very important feature, you've got 85 litre My Cool Men fridge on the Rhinomax pantry slide. So what the pantry slide does is it provides additional storage here, which is a deep storage bin and slide away drawer, which is ideal for larger items like saucepans. Now the fridge here is a dual zoned, so you've got two separate compartments here. Both of those can be set up as either a fridge or a freezer, so you can fully customize what you're doing in here. And each section can independently be turned on and off as well to help save power when your fridge isn't full. So as you can see here, when the kitchen is fully out, it's in a nice L-shaped configuration, which makes it very easy to use. And also, because it doesn't protrude out into the middle of your awning space, you've got room to have a table and chair set up here, all underneath the awning. How easy to use is that? Here we are up the front end of the Discovery, and the same with the rest of the van. It's been designed with practicality and utility in mind. So first off here, we've got a large storage box here. That's a continuous tunnel boot area through here, which allows you to store large and long items. It allows you to put things in there as well, like an additional fridge, a barbecue, a generator, things like that. They can be mounted on a slide that comes out here to make it easier to use. Now, on the top here, we've got a cargo basket, which is perfect for dirtier items, things like firewood, ground mats for underneath your awning, even a rubbish bin, something that you don't want to put inside a storage area where it might get dirty. You've got washout points on the top here, so when it's emptied, you can just easily hose it out and clean it down. Now, up the front here, you've got your pole storage area, which you saw me take the awning handle out of before. It's perfect for things like your anti-flap kits or bits of hose to help you fill up your water tanks. Now, on the front here, you've got storage room for two 4.5 litre gas bottles. So that'll run your onboard gas hot water system and the stove under the awning. You've got room here for two 20 litre jerry cans. So that's perfect for additional water, maybe fuel, or even carrying your grey water on models like this that don't have an onboard grey water tank. Down on the front here, you've got the chassis and galvanised drawbar. So basically our chassis has the full height drawbar that goes from the front all the way to the rear of the van, where the recovery points are connected. It's been galvanised to make sure that it's chip resistant and it lasts a long time. Perfectly safe to take up the beach and get salt spray on. Now down on the front here, you've got your DO35 hitch from Cruisemaster. That's articulated to ensure that you maintain a good connection when going through different undulations and things like that off-road. I think you can agree that it's a very practical front end. It makes it very easy to hitch up and very easy to tow, and easy is always good in my books. So here we are on the driver's side of the Discovery, where we've got access to our larger external storage hatches and our utility connection points. So at the front here, you've got the driver's side access to the storage boot at the front here, which is a huge storage area here. A step back, you've got a storage shelf in there behind your fridge slide. And then one more step back, you've got the large storage hatch inside there, which has got a very wide access point and it's very deep. So in particular, that's useful for storing your outdoor setting, like your tables and chairs. Now on the inside here, you've got access to your hot water system and access to a couple of valves in there, which can change where the water is being drawn from. So you can have a few onboard tanks you can choose to pull from, or you can pull from an external draw facility, which is down here. So this is nicknamed the creek draw facility, and this allows you to pull water in from an external source, such as a bucket or a jerry can. Now, it's an important feature to note that that doesn't pump the water into your onboard tanks. It pulls the water when the tap is opened and uses it directly from the external source here, which stops your onboard water tanks from potentially being contaminated. Now here, we've got a water pressure reducer, which means that if you are at a campsite and you want to plumb yourself in, then you can use water direct from an external source without using your onboard tanks or pump. Here you've got a water filler cap, so you can fill your onboard water tanks. There's two of those, so they can be filled independently. If you're going on a shorter trip, you can only fill up one tank. If you're going on a longer trip, you can fill both up. You've got here a dust cover for the Truma gas hot water system, which is your onboard heater system. A very efficient and quick system to use. We'll take you through that on the inside. And then you've got a charge point here for your onboard batteries. Now you can also use that to power the onboard 240 volt outlets so that you can run high draw appliances such as your air conditioners and things like that without the need to use your onboard inverter. So handy if you're at a campsite. Now further back here, you've got access to the onboard portaloo. So this portaloo can be used internally by removing the couch seat, or you can take it out here to either empty it or to put it in the ensuite at the rear of the van. Speaking of the ensuite, let's head over there now and I'll show you that great feature. Here we are up the rear end of the Discovery Mark II, and we've got one of the most innovative and practical external showers in the industry. Let me show you. First, you release and move away the spare wheel and lock that into place with the chute bolt. The shower pod itself is released, 2 clips, one on either side. If you pull it away from the van, the gas struts will push that up and keep the pod nice and high. You can release the shower bag material with some clips that are along the front and rear, and it will just fall itself into place like that. Some of the features of this bag are you've got pockets on the inside here to store things like soaps and shampoos. This hatch can be unzipped to reveal the ensuite light and the mixer taps and the shower holder. So you just put this on here and the shower up the top there. Now there's also a window on the offside here which allows steam to get out, allows a bit of natural light in, and is nice and high so it doesn't compromise any privacy in here. The material itself is very thick and won't actually show any silhouettes or anything like that if you're having a shower in the evening with the light on inside here. Excellent privacy. And the floor itself is actually mesh and Velcro removable, so it means that you can take that out and give it a hose down nice and easily and then bring it back down to the van. If it's a windy day, you can peg it all in so that it doesn't move around. And on top of all of that, if you're at a campsite where they've got on-site facilities and you don't need a shower, then you don't fold it out and you're none the wiser, you don't even know it's there. How easy and perfect is that? Here we are under the rear of the Discovery, and I want to take you through quickly some of the key features of our chassis and undercarriage. So firstly, we've got a fully galvanised chassis with a 150 by 50 RHS that goes from the very front at the hitch all the way to the very rear here, where you've got the rear recovery points. Now you can also see here one of the onboard water tanks. Now that's an Australian made water tank with onboard baffles, which is designed to stop water from slushing around inside there, and it's also designed specifically to be hung underneath off-road vehicles where it's likely to be impacted by stones and things like that. So it's designed for that, and it's under no risk of being damaged underneath there. Now something else which is important underneath our vans is that you'll notice there are almost no exposed lines of plumbing or wiring or anything like that. Now that's because most of them are run inside the drawbar or the chassis rails, or they're run inside the cabinetry inside the van. Now we do this to make sure that they're not going to be hit by any rocks or anything like that underneath, and that when you get to your campsite, all of your utilities are all intact and everything works perfectly. So I think you can agree that it's a very comprehensive chassis and undercarriage setup on these vans, which has been designed specifically for things like off-road tracks and corrugated roads. We've just stepped inside the Discovery Mark II, and the first thing that you'll notice is how bright and spacious it is in here. That's basically achieved by the pop-top roof here, which goes up to provide a huge amount of head height, and the roof skirt here, which has a window on every side, which allows a lot of light and air to come in. So it makes the van feel very big when essentially it is quite a narrow van here. Now, up on the rear here, you've got a vanity and bench top. On the top of the vanity in the corner here, you've got access to 240 volt power, 12 volt USB chargers, and a cigarette style accessory outlet. On this side of the van here, you've got your benchtop sink, which has hot and cold running water, which is perfect for filling up a glass of water, brushing your teeth, washing your hands and face before bed, things like that. The vanity cupboards in the back here are perfect to store things like your toiletries and anything that you don't want to have laying down in your drawers here. The bench top here is quite a large space, very versatile. If the weather's bad and you're outside, you just want to come in here and make a sandwich or something quickly. It can also be customized in a variety of ways. For example, this one here, we've decided to put a TV on the back there, which can swing around here, so you can view it from either side of the couch and in your bed. Now, underneath the bench top, we've got a large storage area in here, Some of our customers like to put their benchtop coffee machines in there so that they've got a nice espresso first thing in the morning. The drawers along the back unit here offer a huge amount of storage space, all the way down to the bottom and on this side here as well. Now you'll also notice that underneath the sink here we've got a bit of a control panel. We've got your stereo here which will connect to Bluetooth and provide radio, so even when you are out of reception and signal you can use your phone to play music and podcasts and things like that you've got downloaded offline. You've got the tablet here, which is basically the interface to the Rhinomax digital command center. We've got a separate video that goes through all of that in depth, but basically it allows you to view all of your onboard power, all of your onboard water, and to control everything such as your lights. It also has a variety of scenario settings here, so that with the push of a button you can quickly turn off all of the appliances ready for storage, and you can put it in camp mode and it'll turn the lights on and put everything back into action. Now, a final feature up the rear of the van here is underneath this couch cushion you've actually got access and use of an internal portaloo here. So when you're on the road you can come in here and use it and have the privacy, super easy to use. If you were set up at a campsite, then you can take that out and put it in the ensuite shower at the back. Now if you're not using it, then you don't even know it's there. It's just hidden nice and discreet underneath the couch cushion for when it is needed. Now what we'll do is we'll take you through the front end of the van, which is the sleeping quarters. So here we are up the front of the Discovery, and the first thing you'll notice is how large and comfortable the couch area is here. It's large enough to comfortably seat 5 people, or if there's 2 of you, you can put your legs up and lay back. It's complemented by this large swiveling table in the middle here, which can be moved into a variety of positions depending on what you're doing. If you're eating, playing board games and things like that, it can also be flat packed and folded completely away. Underneath the bed, you've got 2 deep storage drawers here, ideal for storing your clothes. Underneath the couch seat here, you've got a bit more storage there, perfect for keeping things like blankets or Ugg boots. Now if we look right to the front here, you'll notice we've got a reading light on either side of the bed there that are controlled with a little switch underneath there, so it's nice and convenient for you. The top of the bed there is a padded vinyl headboard so that it's nice and soft at the front there. Now the mattress itself is a full queen-sized pocket sprung mattress, which is the same size as you'd get in your house. So that means that you're going to have a very comfortable night's sleep here. It's not going to be too small, you're going to have nice room to stretch around. On either side, you've got the windows here. So these windows have got built-in fly screens and foil-backed blinds. So what that does is it ensures that it's completely dark in here, and during the daytime it actually keeps out some of the heat as well. Now up the top here you've got a fan. This fan can be articulated to face towards the couch areas like it is now, or backwards into the bed area there, to make sure again that you're nice and comfortable. Now we're on the topics of beds. The Discovery is perfect because it can actually in total be upgraded to include some bunks. Now there's a few different layout options that we can have in here to have up to 3 additional bunks inside here, which changes slightly the layout of the couches here. And we also have some removable bunk options that can go at the rear or the front above the bed here. Now they're perfect in case your kids grow up or they don't come on every camping trip, so that you don't have a van which is specifically catered around having kids. So I think you can agree that there's plenty of room in here, that they have plenty of facilities for a good night's sleep and plenty of room, if you wanted to bring the kids along as well. So thanks for joining us here today at Charlie Moreland's out the back of Kenilworth. That's been my run through of the Discovery Mark II Hybrid. What we're going to do now is hitch it up and drive some of the trails out back down to the Sunshine Coast. So if you've got any more questions, then please give our sales team a call or visit our factory on the Sunshine Coast.